My lips are so dry. What the hell is that?
I get it how I live it.
Wait a minute.
I live it how I get it.
Wait a minute.
Y'all don't really get it. I pull up in a lemon.
Wait a minute.
Blocks get to spinning. Money 3D printing. Never had a limit.
Wait a minute.
Never been religious. I just always had opinions.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do something a little different for you today. I'm going to do a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to be getting ready while I'm talking to you guys. In today's video, I want to bring you guys a little motivation and some inspiration to your lives. You know, just hitting on a few topics while I get ready. So let's go. Okay, so in this video, I just want to talk to you guys about... Oh, 1 second. Let me get this hair out of my face. Okay, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about just kind of being the best version of yourself and making sure that whatever you're doing it for yourself and not for anybody else. You're putting your best foot forward at all times. By the way, this is not a makeup tutorial, so if you guys do want to know what products I'm using in this video, I'm just going to do a really simple natural look today, but if you guys do want to know what products I'm using in this video, I'll link everything in the description box down below. But I'm just strictly going to just be talking about self-love, self-motivation, and just inspiring you guys a little bit. So I know it's hard, like in today's society, especially like I'm 24, so being young, yeah, I still consider myself young. So being young and you know, having a lot of peer pressure around you, everybody, you know, at this age is where everybody starts to really like kind of get their life together. And you just feel like if you're not in the same boat as them, it's kind of like, what am I really doing with myself? So I know the struggle is real out here, especially in today's society. And it's like, there's a lot of girls that are turning to like stripping and being pimped and that kind of stuff. And I'm not judging anyone, I'm just saying like sometimes it's not, there are consequences for that kind of stuff. And it's like, if it really is a last resort, let it be a last resort. Like, I'm not knocking anyone's hustle, but it's kind of like, you don't want that to be the first thing you want to choose to do just to make money because you see everybody else making money doing that, right? It's like, minimum wage went up. Okay, they brought it up to $14 an hour, but at the same time, they're not hiring anyone. They're laying everybody off. The economy is just going up with it. So it's kind of like minimum wage went up, but then it's more expensive to buy groceries. You know what I mean? Tuition is going up. Everything is going up along with minimum wage. It's kind of like, it's the same thing. You're still paying the same thing at the end of the day. And that's what makes it hard because the government is trying to make it seem like it's easy the government is trying to make it seem like they're making it easier for us, but really they're not. It's the exact same thing. Okay, we're making more money, but now we need to spend more money to be able to get the necessities and the things that we need in life. So I know it's hard. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I've even contemplated being a hoe. I've sat down, I even told my mom, I'm like, Mom, you know what, I'm over it. I want to be a go-go dancer. I'm about to go on the pole. Like, forget about working a regular full-time job. Forget about going to school. Like, it is hard, for real. Especially when you really want to have your life together at this point. You want to have your car. You want to have your own place. You don't want to be relying on your parents at 24, 25, basically almost 30 years old. You want to be able to have things ready for yourself. And that's where the control comes in, to try not to be a hoe, to try not to go out for these guys, to try not to go out and pimp these girls to be making the dollars on the side, you know what I mean? And these are things that I think about all the time, like, and you guys must think about it too, like, where is my life gonna be? I know when we were younger, we'd say, oh, where will we be in like when we're 25, but now we're basically almost 25, and then we're trying to think ahead, like, okay, where are we gonna be when we're 30? Because 25 comes and it's like, I don't have my shit together yet. So that's when the temptation kicks in and it's hard. You wanna just do anything to make the few extra dollars on the side, but You know, it's not always the safest way to go, and I'm here to tell you guys it's not always the safest way to go. I don't have personal experience with it. I don't have personal experiences with it, but I do know people who've done it, and it's just not. Like, I even contemplating looking for a sugar daddy to just pay my bills. Even somebody to just pay my phone bill. I'm like, just pay my phone bill. And the thing is, I don't want to do anything though. I just want you to pay my phone bill. Why can't somebody just be out there and just give me money? Make my life perfect while I just sit at home. Like, for real. And then the time comes when you want to be independent and successful, and it's hard because it's like you're in school. I know a lot of people that are in school working full-time jobs, maybe a full-time and a part-time job and in school, and it's like, it's hard because you want to be independent. You don't want to be relying on people. You want to do everything yourself, to say that you didn't get any handouts. What you have is yours. Everyone wants to be able to say that whatever they have, they got it on their own. They don't want to say, this person helped me. I mean, it's nice to say, oh, whatever, you've had friends help you along the way. But at the end of the day, you want to say what you had is yours. Because when you get your success, your little bit of success, you don't want to be sharing with other people. And that's how life is sometimes. Like, even in school, I know, like, it gets hard. You're like, in school, it gets hard. You have exams and tests and quiz, plus your assignments from so many different courses, and you just feel like you can't do it, but you've already gone so far. So why not just continue? You know what I mean? Why are you gonna stop now? Why are my eyes getting watery? Yeah, like, you've already gone so far, so why are you gonna stop now? Just continue doing what you're doing, because 100% it will pay off in the end. You're gonna waste all that time for nothing unless it's something you know you like seriously don't want to do. Then why are you wasting those 4 years in university? Why are you wasting, or 3 years in university, for when you get to the 4th year you say you don't want to do that anymore? Waste of time. But then again, it's different. Like, it's different to say, I don't know. I can't really say it's a waste of time, because even for myself, I went to university and college, and at the end of the day, I just realized that school really is not for me, because I hate school. And I knew from the beginning that I hated school. Even in like middle school, I can't really say elementary school because obviously you're playing all the time, it's fun. In middle school, in high school, I hated school. I hated going to class. I hated everything. I hated learning. Like, school was just not for me. I love learning things on my own, and I'm more hands-on, getting to know things on my own. And when it came to going to school, I realized, I tried it out. I went to university first. I did 1 year, went to college, and I didn't like it. So here I am trying to do things on my own. And I'm not gonna lie, it is hard, but it's like, if you know what you want, you'll go for it. And if you're motivated enough and determined enough, you'll go for it 100%. And then you'll have people in your life that come in, friends, family, whether it be like friends, family, boyfriends or girlfriends, and they'll distract you. Some people come into your life and to be a distraction, and that's when you need to realize who's a distraction and who's really there to just, you know, who's a distraction and who's there to actually help you off your feet, like to help you be where you want to be. Who's there pushing you? Who's there motivating you? You don't want to be keeping these people in your life who are just there because they want to turn up all the time. You want people who, you know, let's say I don't even know what example to make, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, yeah, you don't want to be keeping those people in your life. So just try to filter out all those negative, I don't want to call them useless, but like useless people, and do what's right for you. And especially when it comes to relationships with like guys or girls, you don't, like I'm talking about like boyfriends and girlfriends, you don't want to be distracted. Because what happens, and it does happen a lot of the times, we get distracted by our relationships. So either a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you get people coming, like you'll start dating a guy or a girl and you end up getting distracted. You're not focused on what you want to do, and that person may not have the same mindset. You need to realize that from the beginning, because you can't have people constantly coming into your life messing up your plan. You have a plan for your life, so why are you going to let somebody come in and mess it up and at the end of the day want to be there for you when you're eating? If they're not supporting you from the jump, why are you keeping them around? That's not a real friend. I know sometimes you want to have those acquaintances and people around just in case, like, you know, oh, you're having a birthday party, you want to have people to invite, but at the same time, like, it's not that serious, because it's not always about being known and having a lot of friends. And that's another thing, like, social media presence is a really big thing right now. A lot of people want to be known and a lot of people want to be known on social media, because being known on social media opens up a lot of doors for you, which is true, I'm not gonna lie. Like, being known on like Instagram and even YouTube and Snapchat and stuff like that. I swear it all starts on Instagram though, to be honest. But being known on a social platform gets you a lot of opportunities, so many sponsorships, and that's when the money starts rolling in. But it's like, you can't really force it. Do it if you like it. Like me personally, I love making YouTube videos. I low-key hate editing them 100%, but I love making YouTube videos. That's why I still do it. A lot of people do it just for the money. And when you do that, you get nowhere, because at the end of the day, God knows your mindset. So it's like, if you're not doing it because it's something you really like doing, then you're not going to be rewarded for it. It's not something that you actually wanted to do. It's not your path. You know what I mean? So just, you'll know when it's not your path, because then you'll be doing it and you don't like doing it. It won't turn out good. I mean, I should be taking hints, because every time I try to record a YouTube video, something goes wrong. But I'm going to keep doing it, and let's see. I'm here talking about it not being your path, but let's see. It's a really big thing to be known nowadays, and that's what people are trying to do. So, no, don't be pressured into it. Just go on the path you know is for you, and you'll be successful. Because trying to balance work, school, your love life, affection, that kind of stuff, like, you get stressed out, and it's hard to be independent and do all those things at the same time. So it's kind of like, you need to just know how to balance it, and know how to time manage, and just make time for all of it, and just make sure that you're also making time for yourself as well. Like, for me personally, I've made it a goal for myself to never wake up past 11 a.m. Like, if I'm sleeping in, never wake. Do you guys hear that wind right now? First of all, what's today's date? It is April 4th, Wednesday, April 4th, 2018. Why is it snowing outside? Let me see if I can turn my camera around and show you guys. Can you guys see that? Why is it snowing outside? But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, just learn how to balance it. Time management is key. And just making time for yourself. Because that's how you become independent and successful. Especially at this age, your parents want you to be independent. They don't want you relying on them for everything. And when you do, like, they start complaining. And it's kind of like, it makes you just want to do everything yourself and be independent. So do that. Do you, boo-boo. When it comes to being successful and independent, a lot of the times, the reason why we don't achieve what we're trying to accomplish is the fear of failure. And the fear of failure is kind of like worrying about what other people are going to think of you if you fail. Like, say, I don't know, let's relate it to school. So, like, you have an exam coming up. You tell your parents, oh, I have my exam coming up. You leave the house, you're going to go do your exam. And then you come back, you got a C on your exam. No, that was a bad example. Let's try this again. So, you leave the house, go to your exam, and you come back home, and you didn't get your exam test back yet, but you're scared of what your parents are going to say. You're scared of what your friends are going to think. You're scared that people are going to think you're stupid. That's a good example. I don't know what I was talking about the first time. But yeah, you're scared of what people are going to think of you. And it's kind of like the fear of failure brings you down. You're worried about, then you start to, because you're worried about that little thing, it turns into a whole bunch of big things. So you start to think about your future now. You're like, okay, if I'm failing on a simple test or a simple quiz, even like a 10-point quiz, then you're going to think, okay, I'm not going to be successful in life. You're going to start failing everything else. And the fear of failure is what really brings you down, because you start speaking negatively on your life, and whatever you speak comes to pass. So you need to realize that if you're speaking negativity into your life, that's what's going to come to pass, and that's what's going to happen, negative things. So you should be speaking positively about your life for you to be living a positive lifestyle. Simple. I really like this color. I don't know if you guys can really see it on the camera, but failing is honestly just a natural part of life, and people just have to live with it. You have to realize that you're not gonna win with everything. You weren't born and brought into this world automatically knowing how to do everything. Everything is a learning process. So it's like, if you don't know how to do it in the beginning and you're learning, why are you scared to fail? Why are you scared to have a downfall from that situation? Just learn from it, right? Just think positive and you'll be all right. Just go with the tide, it'll be all right, be all right. I don't know if you guys realize, but when I do my eyeshadow, I use one brush to blend everything. And you guys still like it, so don't judge me. The fear of failure is what gets us sometimes, and it's kind of like we just stop believing that positivity will stop coming upon us because we think so negative about our lifestyle all the time and about our future, about different situations or current events in our life. And that's where we go wrong, because you're worried about your future and your future lifestyle and like how you want to be. I know everybody wants to grow up, have kids, get married, that kind of stuff. Well, like the average person. And it's kind of like you speaking negativity onto your life, it just doesn't help. Losing is a natural part of life, and everyone needs to learn that. You're not going to win in everything. So you just need to learn to just go with the flow sometimes and just live your life. And the way to stop this is just stop the fear of success. You don't want to be thinking all the time that you're going to fail, because thinking all the time that you're going to fail is going to make you fail. So every time you think that you're going to fail, you're stopping your blessing from coming your way. Like, has there ever been a time where like things have been going so well in your life and you're thinking, like, you start to get nervous and you're like, there's no way things can be going so well. There's no way that my life can be so perfect at the moment. A million things start running through your head, and that's where we go wrong most of the time. You start to think naturally, things will just go wrong. And that's how a lot of us think nowadays, but you can't be thinking like that if you want to be successful. You have to learn to... I feel like my eyeshadows apply, like my shimmers apply much better when I use my fingers. Because when I use a brush, I'm like, I don't see anything. But yeah, when things are going well in your life, it's not a coincidence. Stop thinking it's a coincidence, because it's just... you finally found something that's for you, and just think of it as that. Stop thinking of it as something must go wrong, this is not for me. Stop being nervous about the situation, because it's for you. It's not a coincidence. It's you just thinking that something is going to go wrong. And what you need to do is just stop that pattern, stop that flow from happening, because every time you think negative, that's what you're bringing upon yourself, and that's not what you need. Another thing we need to stop doing is trying to please people. We want everyone to like us. We don't want to disagree with what anyone is saying. We never want to stop and take the time to tell people how we feel. Like, someone may say something and it's like you don't agree, but you don't want to disagree because you're scared of what they're going to say back. But you can't live in fear. Confidence is key, 100%. That self-esteem is what we need to build up and to keep ourselves going at all times. But you don't want to let that pride get in the way. When that pride gets in the way is when we don't let people see the best version of us. We don't let people see us in general. And I know nowadays it's kind of like, oh, you don't want people to know the real you, because then they start to take advantage of you and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's all everyone says nowadays. But at the same time, you need to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're not doing it to please someone else. You're doing it to better yourself. So if you feel that not continuing a conversation with somebody because you disagree, because you know that when you argue or when you disagree with someone or when you get mad, your temper rises maybe, then that is a good reason not to do it. It's not your pride getting in the way. It's you just looking out for yourself and your well-being, and also maybe looking out for that other person. But you don't want to not respond to somebody because you're scared. That's when you start to please people and you're not doing what you actually want for yourself. I don't know how all of this is coming to my head right now. Shout out to my girl Rachel for giving me the idea to do this video though, because I was so stuck for my next video. I'm like, what should I do? I don't want to do a challenge. I don't want to do makeup. I didn't want to just sit in front of the camera, but yeah, shout out to you, girl. So all in all, we need to stop procrastinating. Oh my goodness, 1 second, let me do this wing on my eyeliner. Okay, so my camera stopped recording. I finished my makeup. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you know the stress for me to finish recording this video, but my camera's on 8% right now. I'm gonna try and finish it because I already started. Another thing is we need to stop procrastinating, because procrastinating is what causes a lot of times to not go ahead with what we want to do, because you'll be laying in bed till 12 o'clock midday, and then it's like, okay, why didn't you get up from the morning and say you want a better body? Get up and work out. Get up and eat healthy. Why are you laying in bed all day? It's called laziness. That's what happens to us most of the time. It happens to me. I shouldn't even be the one to talk, but I'm here to motivate you guys and just inspire you guys today, for you guys to just be the best you. Also, just try being a leader. Being a leader is, instead of a follower, it's like the best feeling ever. Instead of wanting to follow somebody else's path and follow somebody else's footsteps and do what they're doing, start your own path. Do what you want to do. Don't follow somebody else. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. I'm going to keep looking at this thing to make sure that it's recording every time. You know that you want to be an entrepreneur. If you know that you want to be a doctor, get up and go and be a doctor. Stop laying there just thinking in your head that you want to be a doctor, because it's not going to happen overnight. No one is going to hand anything out to you unless you're family is rich and they have a bank account for you that you can't touch until your birthday, which is in 2 weeks, and you're gonna lay there for 2 weeks and wait for that bank account to open up, then so be it. But other than that, for the average person, it's not that easy. And just think about the things that you're doing that's stopping you from being successful. Write it down. Go through that list constantly and be like, what am I doing? What are these negative things that I'm doing that are canceling out my positives? Because what happens is a negative and a positive automatically make a negative. So if you have positive in your life, but you're bringing in negativity, that positivity is not going to stay. It's automatically going to go through the door. So you need to bring in 2 positives, and your life will be positive at all times. Just be self-motivated and build your self-esteem. That's what we need to be doing, because what happens is a lot of the times we think bad about ourselves, think poorly about ourselves, and that's what brings ourselves down and brings us into this down mood where we don't want to do anything. And I feel like somebody needs to hear this today. That's the reason why I'm making this video. And shout out to Rachel again for, helping me come up with this idea, because I was so stuck. And I want to say, honestly, without her, I don't even know what video I'll be doing next. And sometimes you do need to lean on another person. You don't want to solely give yourself over to another person to make your decisions and do everything for you, because you want to make sure that whatever you get in the long run is yours, and you know that you accomplished that on your own. At the end of the day, you can't do everything on your own, so it's not good to have that mindset, because you're going to need people to help you along the road, unless, I don't even know what example to give, but if you're doing it, then you're doing it. Good for you. I know for me personally, I know the things I want to do, I can't do it on my own. You need to network, you need to make connections, and don't just sit there and think that it's going to get handed to you. Be ready. You need to time manage and learn from your mistakes, because what happens is we make mistakes and we just sit there and we're like, oh my goodness, I did this, and then you're going to go and do it again. Why does this bad stuff keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? But you're not realizing that these things keep happening to you because you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So again, it goes back to just sitting down and reflecting on what you do all the time, the things that you say, the things that you think about, your actions clearly speak louder than words. So you need to make sure that whatever you say you want to do, put it into play and go ahead for it. And I really hope that at least one person gets something from this video, because honestly guys, I worked so hard to put this video for you guys, and if at least one person, guy or girl, gets anything from this video, I'll feel accomplished. Put down in the comments below your experiences. Let me know if I helped you out in any way. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my video. All my social media is in the description box down below, my Snapchat and Instagram. I also have a Facebook page. I love Snapchat and Instagram. I'm on it all the time, so make sure you check me out on those too. Like my pictures and follow me on Snap. Love you guys. See you in my next video.